Hey everybody, Alex from SeemsGoodMagic.com here, and we're doing yet another. Actually, this one's a actual release draft, not a pre-release anymore, so these are significantly cheaper. We open Harbinger of the Tides. I'm just going to check if it's worth anything. If it's not, I think I'm actually just going to slam the Sentinel. Despite it being a 6-drop, it's one of those bomb ones. There's a lot of good cards in here, though. Alright, it's not worth enough to first pick. Ravaging Blaze and Unholy Hunger are very good cards, but Sentinel's just too good to pass up. Even if it's a 6-drop, it doesn't matter. It's a splashable card. It doesn't even commit me to white. It's just so bomby. It really doesn't make sense. I think I said it in the last draft. And there's a Fiery Impulse in here too? Jeez. A lot of good removal. But, so we're passing, like, good red cards and just passing a lot of good different color cards. That's just something we're going to have to deal with. But, yeah, I think... Sentinel of the Eternal Watch is just a ridiculous card. Best card in this pack, probably Claustrophobia. I like Seismic Elemental. This card's pretty awesome. Just make all your guys unblockable, and you get a 4/4. That might just be the pick, actually, over Claustrophobia. And I'll say it again, not necessarily committed to white. Like, if I pick up one Evolving Wilds, I could splash for Sentinel. No problem. I think I'll actually take the Elemental. It seems like a stronger card than Claustrophobia. It just comes in and does something right away, and it's a good body. Albeit a bit color intensive. Okay. Next pick. Best card in the pack. Probably the Blazing Hellhound. Chandra's Fury is pretty decent. Enthralling Victor works well with the Blazing Hellhound, but I think I'd rather have the Hellhound, despite it being multiple colors. It works well in the black-red sacrifice deck. I could also take Bogart Brute. I feel like it's early enough where I just want to grab the best cards, though, and I do think Blazing Hellhound is probably the best one. If you play black-red sacrifice, it's an amazing card to have, one of your important enablers. If you don't play black-red sacrifice, still awesome card. They try and remove one of your creatures, you sack it in response, deal 1 damage to them. Or you get them to the point where you have like 5 creatures and they have 5 life, you just sack all your... Well, I guess he can't quite do that since he can't sack himself. But you get what I'm saying. You can sack your board and deal a bunch of damage to him at some point. Alright, see, like, Active Treason now just becomes like a ton stronger in this deck. But I think the pick is going to be Unholy Hunger. 4th pick. It's an amazing removal spell. I mean... hard removal. Active Treason has a higher chance of wheeling, but I don't think it will. I don't think this pack's deep enough. It also has Knight of the Pilgrim's Road in here, but I'm going to take Unholy Hunger, like I said, just hard removal. Okay. Sphinx's Tutelage. Well, that's kind of a cool card. That's a fun mill card. So I'm looking at Evolving Wilds or Read the Bones, and it's probably just Read the Bones. Evolving Wilds opens us up immediately for a Sentinel splash, but I might just splash Sentinel regardless of whether I get Evolving Wilds. We'll see. But I think Read the Bones is probably just too good to pass up here. It's a really powerful card, and I regret not getting it in my last draft, actually. Or wait, is that right? Did I pass one? Now I can't remember. I think I did. Chandra's Fury feels fine here. It's actually a card I like quite a bit. We could take the Macabre Waltz, but... I'm fine taking Chandra's Fury. It's a good card. Okay. Bit of a miss here. Probably just take the Smash. It's not necessarily a card I want to main deck, but pretty excellent sideboard card to have. Otherwise, Gnarlroot Trapper, but doesn't seem that great in a deck that currently has 0 elves. I think we'll take Smash. Okay. Return Centaur is fine. Not amazing. Currently not that great, but it does turn on Spell Mastery and certain other cards. Otherwise, I take like Touch of Moonglove. Touch of Moonglove works well with Blazing Hellhound. Sack a creature to... That's actually kind of interesting. I think I'll actually go with the Touch of Moonglove. That just kind of suddenly piqued my interest as something I can potentially do. Thornbow Archer's not that good. I could take the Infectious Bloodlust. I think Black Red's more the sacrifice strategy, though, not really the aura strategy. This card's fine. It's probably better than Thornbow Archer for us. I don't think I'm going to want... Although, I mean, find up a... It's just not that good unless you're dedicated elves, I don't think. But neither is Bloodlust. I'll go with Archer, I guess. You know, it could have multiple Bloodlusts, I guess, but I'll take one now. I really just don't think I want to play them in general. Sigil of Valor is an interesting card. It's kind of a tough one to play. I don't know where it works best. I mean, attacking alone is never going to be good against a deck with a bunch of instant speed removal. That's never going to be good. Guess I'll take the Bloodlust cut red. All right, Meteorite seems fantastic for us. It's a splash for Sentinel. And it's removal. Active Treason Tabling is like some of the best news we got. I think we could make the Black-Red Sacrifice deck. Granted, currently we only have Blazing Hellhound and Active Treason, but I'll take Night Snare for sideboard. I can't think of actually, like, I might actually play Macabre Waltz, but I can't think of what deck I would sideboard Knights. I guess some sort of control build or something. Currently, I don't want to play Thornbow Archer or Infectious Bloodlust, but everything else seems good. Eyeblight Massacre is actually a fine card. But I think we probably prefer Fetid Imp or Fiery Impulse. Eyeblight Massacre is good, though. Obviously better in a actual elf deck. Good for that reason. But, I mean, it's also good if you have a bunch of 3+ toughness guys, which currently we do. But I think I'd rather just have cheap removal. Fetid Imp is good, though. I still think I'd rather have Fiery Impulse. It's tough to deny good, cheap removal. I do like Fetid Imp, though. Good card. All right, Husk is like exactly what our strategy wants. Deadbridge Shaman's good, too. And Bogart Brood is actually good. Rune Servitor kind of works in the strategy, too. But we want as many Active Treasons and then sacrifice dudes as we can. And so Active Treason and that 4-drop dude that steals guys. That's what I want. All right. Nantuko Husk. You're in. There's our Active Treason. 4 Shadow Conjuring. Currently good with nothing crazy. I think I'd rather just grab as many Active Treasons as I can possibly get here. If we're doing Black-Red Sacrifice strategy, let us go deep. Okay. Consecrated by Blood is a card. I like it more than the Infectious Bloodlust. Honored Hierarch's probably worth something, right? Yeah, it's worth a whole 0.1 ticket. Wow. That's not what I thought it was worth. I thought the card was way better than that. Conclave Naturalist is also very good. I'm okay taking Consecrated by Blood, though. It's fine. Actually, yeah, Consecrated by Blood really fits with our strategy, doesn't it? Active Treason, steal their guy, swing with this. Sack the creature that we stole. It's like another sack outlet. Yeah, it's like perfect for us. Active Treason number 3. We're going deep. Well, this is interesting. We tabled Active Treason last time. Currently we have 3 sack effects. Does that mean we want 3 steal effects? Or do we want another Husk? I don't know. Maybe we wheel Active Treason again. I think it's less likely to wheel the Husk, right? Since it's like a actual creature with a relevant ability, whereas Active Treason's pretty specific for our deck. our archetype. I'm going to take the Husk. I'm going to hope to table that Act of Treason again. Blightcaster with a deck that's got Bloodlust and Consecrated by Blood. Not quite enough. But otherwise, it's Return Centaur. Yeah, Blightcaster it is. We'll take it. Not really what this deck wants or needs, but Dragon Fodder seems like a great card for us, since we've got Double Husk and Blazing Hellhound. Seems correct. And we need more early game. I think Bloodlust is just out at this point. Well, we already have Smash of Smithereens, so I don't think I'd need Demolish. I'll take the Aven, just because it seems like it's the best card in here. Actually, Heart of Beast is really good, too. Heart of Beast could actually work with Blightcaster if I'm already splashing white. I'm not going to splash for Aven. Alright, I'll take the Heart of Beast, actually. That's interesting. Splash for Oromancer does not seem likely currently. Heart of Beast just finds Consecrated by Blood at the moment, but unless I wanted to find Infectious Bloodlust, which I'm not really that interested in. I'll take the Centaur. Not super interested in that either, I guess, but I'll take the Servitor over the Cobblebrute. I actually like Cobblebrute, but we're kind of lacking in early plays right now, and Servitor is actually a decent sack outlet for Hellhound and Husk in a pinch. Thornbow Archer number 2, not that good. Malachor Cullblade is also pretty bad, though. They're both, like, pretty lackluster cards. I guess I'll take the Cullblade if it's uncommon. I doubt I'm going to end up playing Archer or Cullblade. Ideally, I'm not playing either. Take the Slug and cut black, I guess. We're in a good spot, though. We already almost have a deck, and I don't think we're going to table the Act of Treason, I guess, sadly, but Murder Investigation with sack outlets, it's probably more interesting than a second Macabre Waltz, although I should probably cut black. But yeah, I think our deck's fine, actually. I think our deck's fine. I'll take a foil Plains, and I'll take a regular Plains. Okay. Yeah, we're in a good spot. I can already see cards I'd like to cut. Like I said, I probably don't want to run this. Subterranean Scout is actually good with Husk. Make it unblockable, then you can just sack and get in with a bunch of stuff. That card's not that good anyway, so I think we're just taking the Scout here. Not a terribly exciting first pick, to be honest. But a pick I'll take nonetheless. I don't think I'm likely going to want to main deck this. Probably don't want to do the Macabre Waltz either. Probably don't want to do the Centaur. Blightcaster and Heart of Beast are cards I'd be totally comfortable cutting at the moment too. Well, another Husk. Thopter Engineer, which is pretty good. Sergeant, which is pretty good. Gideon's Phalanx, which is also very good. And Fiery Impulse for more removal. Currently, creatures, we're at 11, including the Dragon Fodder. I could take another Husk, get 4 sack outlets, but then we only have 2 active treason effects. Plus the... No, that's it. So, yeah. I think we're actually good on sack outlets. I think I either want... We have 4 sack outlets, including Consecrated by Blood. So it's... I think we're just looking for Axe or the uncommon guy that steals 2 drops. Thopter Engineer versus Fiery Impulse. Crone Sergeant is good too. I'm going to take the Fiery Impulse speculatively that I would prefer to have removal. Shadows of the Past is a pretty awesome card. Especially when you have sack outlets. Weight of the Underworld is removal, though, and it synergizes with Blightcaster. Shadows of the Past is fun. Is this the deck for it? I mean, we're going to be sacrificing stuff, but... And, I mean, I like scrying. I may just want the removal, Way to the Underworld. It's more justification to play Blightcaster. But, I mean, I only have... And it's something I can search it with Heart of Beast. Alright, well... But I guess so is Shadows of the Past, by that same token. And it still works with Blightcaster? I'll take the Shadows of the Past. I think the card is good. Lightning Javelin's good, too. Otherwise, it's a Shambling Ghoul. But I think the Lightning Javelin is just good. We are creature light, but I think that's okay. Take the Javelin here. There's our Active Treason. I think we're just slamming that. Now we're looking good. We've totally got our archetype, like, in a good spot. Triple Active Treason with double Nantuko Husk, Blazing Hellhound, Consecrated by Blood. This is our 23rd card, which means Cullblade should probably go, but then again, still light on creatures, aren't we? I'm still taking Active Treason. Kill my opponent with their own creatures. That's my plan. I can take Foundry, which is actually okay. I mean, it fits in with our theme a little bit. I think I'd still prefer to have the Dragon Fodder, though, since I'm kind of on the hunt for more cheap spells, and it just works so well with our sack effects. I do like Foundry, though. I mean, the beauty of Foundry is it doesn't take a slot in your deck, and it's like a powerful effect. But we are still splashing for Sentinel. I'm on the fence about splashing for Heart of Beast. It's probably not worth it. I have one aura. Yeah, I actually don't think Heart of Beast is happening, but I can guarantee you Sentinel of the Eternal Watch is happening, and we're gonna rock a foil Plains too to help that along. Just to let you know. Magmatic Insight. Discard a land, draw 2. Seems like a good card, actually. I've never even seen this one, but I like it. It seems like a good card, especially with Shadows of the Past. Actually, no, I guess this needs creatures in the yard, so what does it seem good with? I guess it's good with Spell Mastery, so it's good with our Fiery Impulses. Regardless, I'm going to take it. Seems like a good 23rd card. Another Husk? Husk for days. All right. Man, we're creature light. So we're rocking 10 creatures at the moment, including the Dragon Fodders. What did I do? I think Consecrated by Blood gets the axe now, because we have enough sack outlets with this Husk, and I'd rather have a creature than a spell that requires creatures. That makes sense. So 11 creatures with Magmatic Insight and Read the Bones for draw is actually not bad. I think Blightcaster is kind of the worst card in this deck at the moment, since we're down to 1 enchantment. It's just an overpriced creature at the moment. I'd rather play... honestly, I'd probably rather play Catacomb Slug or something. Maybe not. Tap 2 untapped artifacts. Well, seems highly unlikely. I think I'm just going to hate the Knight, who's just a good card. I mean, do I want to splash for it? Probably not. I could actually run a Macabre Waltz, find some way to fit it in there. When you're creature light, it seems like a card that would help you out quite a bit. But then again, even some of our creature spells are actually just Dragon Fodders, which aren't quite good enough. We are definitely creature light, but like I said, you actually worry about that a lot less when you have draw card effects. I probably, honestly, I'd rather play the Centaur than the Catacomb Slug. But I still have to figure out how I'm even fitting this in. I don't know yet. Take the 2-drop. We're not really a control deck. We're more of a just high value deck. So steal your guy, sack it deck, essentially. Brawler's Plate seems unlikely. I'd rather have my opponent equip it and then steal it. So let's take the Epiphany. And Night Snare, sure. Okay. Maybe we just play a really creature light deck. Like, I don't even... Actually, I probably just run Return Centaur over Blightcaster. Let me look at my creatures again. I have a couple Return Centaurs. I don't like the Call Blade. I mean, we have some removal. But see, the problem with Call Blade in general is it's not a very good card. You're paying 2 mana for 1/1, and it only gets bigger when your opponent's creatures dies, which isn't always easy. But the problem is you active treason it, and it doesn't even get bigger because you're the one that controls it when you're sacrificing it. So it doesn't even seem good with this style of deck, besides being like a 2-drop. But I think I might just want to... It's either I cut Return Centaur or Blightcaster. I'm getting 1 less toughness with Blightcaster, but 1 card potential upside value. We're not super color intensive either. We only have 1 double black, 1 double red spell. I think that makes Sentinel potentially a lot easier to cast, which is nice. Shadows of the Past. I think this might just not be good enough for the deck, but then at that point the Blightcaster is quite literally worthless besides being a 4 mana 2/3, which is worthless. I'm playing this because Creature Dies Scry effect might be good enough. It just seems so unlikely that I get 4 or more creature cards in my graveyard, because even if I'm sacking stuff, most of the stuff I'm sacking I assume is tokens or my opponent's creatures. So how likely am I to have actual 4, like close to 50% of my actual creature cards in my deck in my graveyard? Just seems so improbable that Shadows of the Past is just giving me scry effects, and I'm not convinced that's good enough, especially with Insight and Read the Bones in the deck. I'm going to cut Shadows of the Past. I just think I'm not going to be able to... Like, this card shines when you can actually use that activated ability. When I can't use it, it doesn't feel good enough. But then I don't want to run Blightcaster, so I probably just run a second Return Centaur. They're pretty unexciting, but I think I'd rather pay 1 less mana than Catacomb Slug and get 1 less toughness, and maybe turn on my Fiery Impulses. Well, it could make sense. Okay, so 12 creatures with Dragon Fodders, Magmatic Insight, and Read the Bones for card draw. No life gain, correct? Nope. Well, decent removal. Double Fiery Impulse. Well, obviously the Active Treason synergy is very good. And then Lightning Javelin's removal. Blazing Hellhound is potentially removal. Unholy Hunger's removal. Chandra's Fury a little bit. Seismic Elemental for evasion. Meteorite's removal. Sentinel's ridiculous. I like this. This is an interesting little brew here. I think this deck's actually decent. So we run the Foil Plains, and then we probably go 8/8. They want to go 9/6. 9/7? I don't need black super early, but I do need double black. I'm not afraid to go 8/8, I don't think. I mean, I need red earlier, but I'm not going to be able to do the combo unless I have both colors. So I think 8/8 split is where I want to be. 1 Plains, Meteorite. So Meteorite can help fix for our double color, or if we just don't see a color the whole draft or whatever. This deck looks fun. Definitely. This looks like... I think we got the strategy correct. The weakest aspects of the deck is the fact that we're running 2 Return Centaurs, basically just for Fiery Impulse spell mastery. I don't even think we have any other spell mastery in the deck, do we? Oh, well, okay. Turn on Unholy Hunger, which actually is relevant to like maybe offset the Read the Bones. damage, life loss, whatever that we'll be doing to ourselves. Okay. Yeah, this deck looks fun. Running it like this. And we'll see you round 1.